everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on issue 2 of Batman the Dark Knight, New 52 comic review. Now, as you know, Batman the Dark Knight, much like Detective Comics and Batman Incorporated, was part of the New 52 line of the 2011 DC reboot. And the cover mainly has Batman's arms being pulled by a drug-enhanced Two-Face, and let's go on the story. He starts off with Batman being beaten to a pulp by Two-Face, and basically Batman trying to get up for his life. And we have Two-Face saying, I learned something today, Batman. Something I didn't know, but I'm willing to share. It's fear that stops us from really living. And of course, as he talks, we see that blood's coming from his eyes and quickly collapses down, with Batman saying, "See anything with your eyes closed, Dent?" And of course, we see how Gordon points out that a lot of people were injured in that, and gives him the info and that to analyse and such. We see how even Gordon mentions the only person that can give them leads is Dent, but is in critical condition. And we even see how Gordon points out that he has been reinstated. Some of the cops aren't really trusting him as much, and sees Batman as the only friend he has, and looks and thinks, yeah, I'm still getting used to that. We see how Bruce Wayne gets info from Alfred after analysing the data, which turns out he has been doing some intel and that on the drugs and that. And of course, we see how Batman gets word from another area in Gotham that something's happening at the Gotham Bank, but turns out it's the ventriloquist saying, "You broke my doll!" And of course, uses an unconscious body of a Gotham police officer as his new Scarface, and with him now being drugged up. And we see how Damian says, I think we're going to need a little backup. And we see how Batgirl's running from Victor Saz, but we also see how Starlin, also Black Canary and Katana, are dealing with Clock King, as well as the Cavalier, and with Batwoman saying, what the hell is happening to this planet? And we see how Batman tries to talk with Two-Face, and of course manages to get some intel from him, which turns out the drugs are actually Scarecrow enhanced things that kind of remove the fear, causing extreme problems with the body. And of course, we see how Batman takes on Joker's goons when they take over the train. And just as we see one guy saying, "You got nowhere to run, Bat Freak. Nowhere to hide up here. Now, what are you gonna do?" And you can tell Batman is quickly willing to let this guy die, even though he could have just used a bat rope to kind of pull him down. We see how Batman sees that, gets into the train, and sees that a whole bunch of people have been murdered. And of course, we see how Batman looks and sees White Rabbit saying, "You got nowhere to look. Quicker if you chase me." And we see how he chases after her, and of course, Batman sees Joker, now drug enhanced, saying, "Wait till they get a load of me." And yeah, this is the story. I think issue 2 is sort of okay. Like I said, this was the early New 52 run. There was some good ideas, bad ideas, and again, this was mostly when you can tell where you can tell other team members were trying to fix things up, even though some stories felt the same to the original timeline, while some felt like a newer continuity. So I think this issue deserves a thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but kind of okay. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.